It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. My name is Shay Brown, and I want to start with a reminder. Every strong business eventually learns. Revenue growth is not a one-time event. It's the result of what gets repeated on purpose. And most CEOs can generate a sale. That is not the problem. The real challenge is this. Can you create an experience that makes customers come back without being chased? Because a random win feels good, but repeat business, builds a business. Sales leadership is not about intensity, it's about consistency. It's about systems that work, even when you are not watching closely. So if you're listening right now, this is not inspiration. This is reinforcement. Today, we're going to be doing what disciplined CEOs do. We're studying a real case. We're reviewing the CEO sales dashboard, and we're strengthening the part of sales that compounds over time. So let's get settled. Let's get focused. And let's step really into today's business case. One of the things I just love doing every morning. And thank you so much for attending. Thank you for being here. You have choices and you choose to be with us. We appreciate that. If your customer wants your product, but their wallet says not today, the sale dies right at the checkout. And online shopping is fast, but people still hesitate when the total feels big. And when they hesitate, they bounce. And merchants can spend money on ads all day, but if checkout is scary, you're basically paying to send people to a dead end. Sezzle stepped into a crowded space where buy now, pay later options were popping up everywhere. And so the real fight was not just offering payments. The fight was trust, speed, and repeat use. Shoppers hated surprise fees. Merchants hate risk. And everyone hates complicated setup. So here's an important detail. Sezzle model is built around splitting purchases into 4 payments over 6 weeks. And they talk a lot about being interest-free on their standard pay in 4 experience. But they also disclose that some purchases can include a service fee depending on the product and purchase amount. And loans may be originated by WebBank or Sezzle depending on the agreement. That transparency matters because money stuff gets emotional fast. Sezzle focused on making the checkout feel lighter for the shopper and safer for the merchant. For the shopper, the pitch was really simple. All you have to do is pay in small bites. That reduces friction and helps people click complete order instead of close tab. For the merchant, Sezzle leans into 2 sales ideas that I actually love myself. First, it removes the risk. So Sezzle Shopify messaging says they absorb the risk like fraud, chargebacks, and repayment. That is huge because merchants do not want to become a bank. Second, setup pain. Sezzle developer docs position the integration as a quick and efficient, so stores can get live faster. Faster setup means faster revenue. Then they pour gas on the growth with performance. In 2025, the third quarter, Sezzle reported quarterly earnings exceeding $1 billion for the first time, with revenue up 67% over a year ago. So now revenue is up to $116 million. That also reported around 784,000 new folks that were added. This is not usage, this is momentum. So what's my big takeaway for you? Seriously, I want you to tune in right now. This is a sales system lesson, not some financial tech lesson. Sezzle is selling certainty. They're selling a smoother yes. They do it by, I'll say, fixing the moment that matters most. That's at the checkout counter. And they do it by speaking to both decision makers. The shopper wants smaller payments and less stress. It's Shay Brown. Well, I'll just say the merchant. We want more conversions, higher order values, and less risk. And if you want more revenue, stop staring at the top of your funnel like the whole game. Build a sales system that wins at the finish line. Make the next step feel easy. Make the next step feel smaller. Make the decision safe for anyone that's out there. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It's an honor to serve you. Now we're going to anchor back to our core discipline because winning CEOs do not just drift, they decide. So say it with me. It's our favorite mantra. I love to say every morning. Say it with me. Focus on sales, focus on sales, focus on sales. Say it with me. Focus on sales, focus on sales. I love it. Focus on what? Sales. Because sales is not a department. Sales is a leadership function. Sales funds payroll. Sales funds impact. Sales, at the end of the day, funds growth. And as the CEO, we're responsible for three things: the sales strategy, the sales structure, and the sales system. So if sales feels unpredictable, leadership must become intentional. Because here's the deal that we all know, and I believe it to be true. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. So without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. Shay, the point you want to make is that selling is serious, serious, serious business. Now, let's set a rhythm. Let's call it learn, earn, and return. This is not theory. This is just how compound works. So say it with me. I must learn something new in order to earn revenue from current clients in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. Don't you love that? I love that. So learning sharpens decisions, earnings validate direction, and return proves loyalty. And when return is present, sales stops feeling fragile and becomes more stable. Now, let's move into today's objectives. And here are our objectives every single morning when we get together. Objective number one is measure sales performance without emotion. Number two, stop the friction before it costs us revenue. Number three, strengthen our mastery around core sales. Number three, I should say, learn the 5 sales pillars that are essential. And for those folks that are out there that are listening, let's talk about the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand. Number one, a one-page CEO sales plan. Number two, define the sales cycle. Number three, a clear sales message. Number 4, a CEO sales dashboard. And number 5, a sales team that knows how to follow through. If you're tuning in live, I want you to connect with me. I want you and I to be in this conversation. So here's how you can do that. You can drop a hashtag below. Just put hashtag I'm here. If we haven't connected online, go over to @IamCheBrown. You can see me, but I can't see you. And I would love to connect with you, love to see what you're up to, and stay in this conversation that you and I can do together. You see, people often ask, what is the CEO Sales Huddle? And here's the answer. The CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs come to learn how to sell more faster. It's where sales stops being reactive and becomes intentional. It's where accountability gets trained. It's where consistency gets installed. It's where we do it simple. One focused session at a time. One clear adjustment at a time. Now, we do have a strategy, and our strategy is to do this for 15 minutes a day. So there are 1,440 minutes in every day. We invest 1% into that function that determines the future. The outcome is predictable. Consistent, reliable revenue month over month over month over month. Because when revenue stabilizes, pressure drops, clarity increases, confidence grows. That's why we build the sales system. And that was what brings us to the CEO sales dashboard, because we have one outcome, and our number one outcome is to generate $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. This is over and beyond whatever you're earning today. You're earning an extra $100,000 a month because you're in this conversation. But the CEO sales dashboard, that was created for a different reason, because there was a problem. And the problem a number of folks had out there was, what do I track? What do I measure? Where do I go? So the CEO sales dashboard was created to have 5 numbers: leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. These numbers tell the truth without emotion. Look at yesterday. Let's pull up. Matter of fact, go ahead and pull up your CEO sales dashboard huddle right now. Let's pull it up right now. And as you pull it up right now, and if you're out there, I think you can see it. Go ahead. There we go. You can see it now. Let's look at yesterday. And how many leads came in yesterday? Go right to the point right there. Why does this thing keep going? There we go. Go right to the point right there. And how many leads came in yesterday? How many appointments came in yesterday? How many offers were made yesterday? How many deals were closed yesterday? How much business occurred yesterday? Today, we focus on repeat business. So I like to look at this and then take one area and then just do a deep dive in that one area. So let's look at repeat business, because this is proof of leadership. It tells you if expectations were clear, if delivery matched the promise, if trust was earned. Repeat business is not luck. It is a design. So let's ask yourself a couple questions. Who bought before? And who bought again? And what follow-up was missing? What is the value reminder when it's overdue? What relationships need attention? You see, new sales are exciting. But repeat sales, I'll say it like that, is stabilizing. I'll say it again. New sales are exciting, but repeat sales stabilizes the business. And stability is what allows you to scale. Then we're going to go look at the other side and say every day is not rainbow. We're going to look at what our wins are. And let's go over there and let's celebrate some wins. Let's celebrate what we did really, really well. Let's pause. Strong CEOs understand this. Momentum grows when progress is acknowledged. So let's look back at yesterday. What moved forward yesterday? What follow-up happened yesterday? What clients re-engaged yesterday? What repeat business purchase occurred yesterday? Wins do not need applause. They need recognition. And we know one thing to be true. Small wins reinforced daily create consistent behavior. And consistent behavior creates trust. And trust fuels repeat business. So let's acknowledge the win. Because when you recognize what's working, it gets repeated. And then let's go to the other side. Understand that every day is not rainbow, cupcakes, and unicorns. Things do happen. So let's address any resistance. Let's address any challenges we had on the other side. Every sales has momentum and friction at the same time. So answer these 3 questions. What slowed repeat business yesterday? What uncertainty exists for clients today? And what action, single action, is fully within your control today? One action, one decision, one leadership move. Momentum does not just come from doing more. Momentum comes from doing the right thing. Clarity creates confidence. Confidence drives action, and action produces results. So identify the hurdle, choose the move, and lean forward. My message of the day is very clear. And here is the message of the day. The message of the day is repeat business is not built on remembered value. Customers come back when the experience matches the promise. The lesson from today's case study is simple. Uproot, clean. You don't just rely on urgency. You rely on trust. You rely on the problem being clear. You rely on the solution being simple. And you make sure the experience is very, very relatable. Repeat business is not persuasion. It's consistency. Consistency in messaging, consistency in delivery, consistency in follow-up. If customers are not returning, it's not a pricing issue. It's a trust issue. So today, reinforce the value. Remind clients why they choose you and make the next purchase easy, because when people trust the outcome, they come back. Sales leadership is really leadership compounded. With that being said, once again, thank you so much for joining. My name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Make it a great day, everyone. And remember this to be true. You do not need more hustle. You need a sales department system. God bless. Keep doing God's work. And I'll see you again next time. We're out. Peace, everybody.